Afternoon, church. Hope you are having a great week. This morning we're going to be looking back a couple of weeks at the sermon that we did in John 14, where we looked at John 14, 1 to 14, which was entitled, If You Know Jesus, Then You Know Life. I wanted us to think again like we did on that Sunday. Have you ever thought about the difference between knowing about someone and truly knowing them? Not just reading information about them, not just kind of hearing about them on social media or whatnot, or reading a book about them. Do you really know that person? True knowing only really happens when we're in an actual relationship with someone, when we spend time with them, when we begin to trust them, when we have shared experience over a long period of time. There's this difference between knowing about someone and really knowing them. Jesus makes this remarkable claim in John 14. He says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. He doesn't say he will show us the way or teach us the truth. He says he is the way, the truth, and the life itself. So we learn here that to know Jesus is not simply to know information about him, but it's actually to experience him. And in experiencing him, we then can experience a whole new life. But what does this mean? Well, if you know Jesus, it also means that you know the Father. You don't have to wonder what God is like, what God might want for you, because you know who Jesus is. You can see and read and feel his compassion. You've experienced his patience, his justice, and his love. And you know that they are perfect, and it is a reflection of God the Father. If you know Jesus, then you know salvation. He is the one way to eternal life. That's not restrictive, but it's actually a gift. Jesus has done all the work of opening the door. Our role is to simply just receive it and to follow him. Also, if you know Jesus, then you know life and life in abundance. John 10:10 reminds us that he came not just to give his life, but to give it to the full. This isn't just about heaven one day, but about living an empowered, joyful, spirit-filled life here and now. And so the question then begs, do we know about Jesus? Or do we truly know him? Do we spend time with him? Do we trust him with our worries? Do we listen to his word? Do we let the Spirit guide us? Or do we simply just know things about Jesus? As we go throughout the rest of the day, I'd love us to have a think about, well, where in my life am I only knowing about Jesus rather than truly knowing him? Are there areas that I'm not fully trusting him or handing it over to him? And how is Jesus possibly inviting me to experience life to the full through this knowing of him this week? Hope you guys have a lovely week, and I hope that as you go throughout the rest of the week, you delve more into this really knowing Jesus rather than just knowing about him. God bless.